was nervous because I didn't want to see a new doctor, and I didn't want to have to go through my story again. But that's part of this.
We're Megan and Justin, husband and wife, dog parents, and partners navigating stage 4 melanoma, bipolar disorder, and living with parents.
On Between the Scans, we share what life really looks like between the appointments, talking through each of our perspectives on the moments that challenge us, the humor that keeps us steady, and the ways we stay connected side by side.
Welcome to Between the Scans. I'm Megan.
I'm Justin.
Welcome, and thank you for being here today. How are you?
I'm doing very well.
You're good?
Yeah?
Do you like my...
I love your sweatshirt. You look fantastic.
I jumped on the craze. I was an Esprit child, and I even have pictures from when I was growing up of me in my green Esprit t-shirt. So I found those, so that's pretty cool. Steve, my stepdad, goes to Costco every week, and he does some shopping, and I asked him if he would buy me a sweatshirt.
That's right.
And they had them.
Two.
I have backup. We don't need to talk about that anymore. So I'm happy. I'm in my green. I'm super excited. First things first, I had a lot of scans.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about the scans. We're going to talk about the results I have. We're going to talk about how my appointments were. We kicked off July with a new appointment, although virtual, but with a hematologist.
Yes, new appointment.
I had to see a hematologist per my oncologist. She put in a referral, and she did that because my eosinophil levels have been elevated during immunotherapy. And it's probably all due to immunotherapy, but she wants to check and just make sure because the levels went down when I was on steroids. And they just need to make sure that there's no other underlying cause for it. Bone marrow issue or cancer. So I met with the doctor, and it was a good experience. I was nervous because I didn't want to see a new doctor, and I didn't want to have to go through my story again. But that's part of this. But it was a great appointment, and he said that it was likely due to my infusions, of course, but just to rule everything out, they want to test my blood. When I went to my immunotherapy appointment, it turns out that order for the blood work was not connected to the blood draw appointment that I had for my infusion. So what happens is the next time I get infused, the day prior, when I get blood, they're going to test me then. Okay. I say test me.
It wasn't urgent, but it had to be done.
No, and that's a good point.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I waited probably 5 months for this appointment. Appointments are hard to get into.
Yeah.
And I mean, time's a ticking here, but no, I waited about 5 months, and then I finally had the appointment. So there's the anticipation. I didn't like to hear what else I need to be tested for to rule it out, but it's just something that we need to rule out. So that will touch base on again when I get my next infusion, which will be August 10th, 11th. So we have a few more weeks. We're going to do that. He called it eosinophilia. That must be actually what it's called when you have an elevated number. But moving on, I had that appointment. I got infused. Everything went well. All numbers are good. Eosinophil went up a few points because I'm off of steroids and I'm still getting infused. So it's not in a high range, but it's elevated from normal.
But still giving you the infusion.
But they still infused me. They did not worry about that. After the infusion, I had a CT scan of my chest, abdomen, stomach, pelvis. We do all of this. So usually my CT scan is right before an infusion, and then I get the results at the infusion. This time it happened to be after, so I knew that my doctor's office would reach out to me, and which they did. So I got the alert on the portal that my Results were in. Yeah, I didn't check them. So my doctor read the results. From the results on the portal, they can send a message to the patient. I got a message. New message waiting, new alert. And I said, okay, here we go. So I read it, and it was super great. It was my doctor saying, excellent results, no change in plan. Yay! Very cool, very cool. The first time we filmed was the day before my previous CT scan.
Yeah.
So in April, I had a CT scan because I get them every 3 months, and that showed that the kidney spot had gone away. And then this is my 3-month scan. This happens very frequently. This is the life of melanoma. This is the life of cancer. This is just what we do. And so the results were great, but I still didn't want to read it on the portal until after.
After you got the message.
After I got the message. So after I got the message, super excited. That's what I want to talk to you about. Results were great. Thank God. I'm pulling up the portal to see the results. The results include a lot of information that we don't need. A lot. Well, it's needed for medical purposes, but it's not needed for the patient's purposes. For the patient's purposes, it's stressful, it's unnerving, it's what does this mean, and it's not something that you have to talk to your doctor about necessarily. You can talk to your doctor about everything in there, but I'm the type that I only need the information that I need to worry about, focus on, or do anything about. I don't need additional information. I don't need to go down a rabbit hole. I do not need to find myself stressing out and worrying about it. So I'm just logging into the portal, which I do very frequently. I'm logging into my chart, and I'm going into test results. CT abdominal pelvis. Just read this one. I won't go into the other result. The other result is the CT chest. At the beginning is the impression, which is the summary. So just to give you an example, unchanged retroperitoneal lymph nodes. But unchanged retroperitoneal lymph nodes, that in itself is, well, what is that? And what does that mean? If I was going through this 9 years ago when it started, I would definitely be more alarmed or nervous or scared, but at this point, I've been through this enough to know that I'm under the care of my team. If it's something important, they'll talk to me about it. I could look it up, I could ask my doctor. I'm not going to. That's me. That's not anybody else. This is me personally, what I deal with, and that's how I handle it. So in the findings, it goes through my organs and my adrenal glands, my bowel, all saying normal. Am I making you uncomfortable? Is it making you nervous?
A little bit.
Okay, this will just take a second. Scoliosis and pelvic tilt with left hip hardware and presumed resolving hematoma in left gluteal region, similar to prior studies. I have heard the word scoliosis my whole life. I have a pelvic tilt. I have talked about that. I had surgery they went in here and in here to put a rod in to help support my femur. I do have a picture of that x-ray. I have put that up on Instagram. I am going to try to insert it here, that picture, so people can see it. But this is this region. This is where it's hard to tell and hard to read the scans because this is where the cancer was in my bone, but everything feels very good. Reading these can be very unsettling, but I have thankfully gone into this now for so many years that I'm much more comfortable had this been 9 years ago. It's just too much, right? It's a little too much, I'm sorry. Okay, we don't need to do that. So CT scan happened, results awesome. Don't get carried away on test results in the portal because it will lead you down a rabbit hole. It's confusing. There's medical terms that we don't know and you have to look up, and it's just too much. Before the CT scan though, I had a total spine MRI. Forgot about that one. I don't know how. So total spine MRI, that was shortly before the CT scan. That was ordered by a separate team because I was referred to the neurosurgery clinic by my radiologist because of the radiation I had done to my spine. And that was last year. They took over my total spine MRIs, meaning they make the appointments and they read the results, and then I see that team for the results. So my oncologist now doesn't manage my total spine MRI. She'll read the results and we can talk about it. My spine oncologist orders these, and it's every 4 months. It was every 3 months. I have to just make sure that everything is A-okay on my spine. It's stressful. You can see it right in your face. It's very stressful. As a result of radiation or the cancer, I have a spinal compression, which they saw on the MRI at the end of last year. The term is stressful, knowing it's there is stressful. That MRI is to ensure that everything is going A-okay on my spine. And they just want to check it very frequently. The last MRI showed that the tumor on my spine or spot or area of concern, because I've never had it biopsied, that was shrinking. I've had that for several years, and so that was huge. It had never done that. I decided that after my spine MRI, I didn't want to read all the jargon and all the medical terms and about the compression and about areas of concern or what they were watching. I decided I'm going to wait and hear the results from my doctor, and I'm much happier about it. I had a conversation with my mom earlier. My mom asked me about my spine MRI results because I had the CT results, and she assumed that those results from my doctor included the MRI results. And I said, well, actually, they're not. Those results were not included.
Right.
My total spine MRI was ordered by a different team. I've decided to not read those results in the portal. I'm sorry. Talking about this today is a lot.
It's a lot.
And I'm freaking you out because I'm giving you all these new terms. How are you feeling right now?
I feel good. I feel a little uneasy with the conversation.
I'm sorry, that wasn't the intention. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I'm sure the MRI is going to be fine. I get those results next week on Wednesday. It's a virtual appointment. We'll share those. And then I do have my next round of appointments will be the infusion in August. And right before that, I have a work trip. So we're driving to Alabama.
Yeah. Birmingham.
This is a lot, and I'm so glad we're talking about it. I forgot to put my socks on, but I just got a pedicure, so that's okay. You're laughing. You got one too.
Yep.
That's another conversation. That's fantastic. That's health. That's taking care of my health. Okay. Appointments wrapped in July, just about. August is a little bit of travel, some more appointments, and we'll take it from there. How are you feeling about the rest of summer?
Good. I'd like to get to another baseball game.
Oh yes, that's the other thing, is we've been to a ton of baseball games, having our fun. It's so fun watching the Tigers.
Yeah.
It's so fun. We've been to 3 or 4 Tigers games.
Yeah.
I know you want to get to some more games, but it gets expensive too.
Yeah.
And you've bought a few baseball cards.
Yeah.
Detroit Tigers to go
Yeah.
along with your love for the team.
That's right.
That's awesome. That's good. All right, cool. When we travel, I call it getting out of my cancer bubble, because we do fun activities at home, but we're still in our bubble. I don't know, because this the everyday that we're in involves melanoma. And so we're not going to keep talking because this is too much and heavy, but we are going to pivot and go in the next room with Steve and watch the Tigers game.
Yeah, let's go.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Feel free to comment, ask us any questions, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.